Oh, sorry about that, guys. The thing overheated. I think it's because I have it on the dashboard and the sun, you know, kind of hit it. All right. Oh, so we had to start over because the thing overheated and just kind of stopped recording. But as you know, we have Good Gas Mondays now as a podcast, trying to find a non-heated way to hold this thing so it don't overheat. We have Good Gas Mondays as a podcast. I'm going to be sharing those 9 steps at 7 p.m. today inside or podcast. Good Gas Mondays with Crystal Tomlinson. You should be able to find it anywhere that you get your podcast, but I'll just check to make sure that it's in all the stores so everybody can access it. So don't worry if you can't watch this Instagram video back. We've gone podcasting, so you'll be able to get those 9 steps later tonight. 7 p.m. is when we upload it. Right, so I was talking about getting a stress management technique, and my technique is sleeping. I go to bed when things stress me out. Other people use meditation and mindfulness. For some people it's prayer. For some it's a nice walk, like you just take a walk in your community, walk up some hills on a nature trail or something. Go to the beach. I know people who go to the beach whenever they feel stressed out and overburdened. But you need a stress management technique. After you've put all of the hurt and the distress into perspective, go and go find something to do for de-stress. The 6th step in the 9 steps to forgiveness: give up the expectations and unenforceable rules about how people are supposed to treat you. Remember, you don't really have no control over what people are going to do. You have no control over the types of friendships you'll end up in, because it takes two. You will do something and somebody else will do something. See, Buzana says she clean. You understand? Yeah, sometimes I clean too. Sometimes I clean. Like when I go up on like a vigorous cleaning spree, you know I'm stressed out. So you have to give up on those expectations you have about how people are going to treat you, because you can't enforce the rules. If you think people are supposed to always be honest with you, if you think say, you know, nobody enough to say bad things about you behind your back, and people enough to chat you, and who you help feed must never turn their mouth gets you. You can't enforce the rules. So how you set up rules about them kind of relationships that you can't enforce? Your rule need to sound something like, if this person betrays my confidence, but not tell them nothing again. You can't enforce that rule there. Right? If the man you beat me gonna move out in 5 minutes, right? That's a rule you can enforce. And you can't say, no man can't beat me, and no woman can't give me a bun, and no woman can't give me a jacket. Oh, you can enforce that rule there. What you must say is, if that happen, I will do this, because that's what you have control over. You have control over your activity, your response to whatever the situation or the circumstance is. So stop setting yourself up to be a judge in a court where you can't enforce none of the rule. No matter what verdict you drop down, whoever it is where you prosecute can walk out and just continue to do whatever they feel like do. You can't enforce those rules. So decide that your expectations for people don't matter. And I mean, conversely, their expectations for you don't have to matter either. You don't have to do what them expect of you, and them have to do what you expect of them. Number 7 is to stop the mental replay and find another path to getting to whatever goal you're trying to get to. We love that. We love rewind. And it's so fun to rewind because we get to tell a different story every time. Or we get to reaffirm in our heads how the other person is just evil and wicked and the devil send them come. Because remember when? Stop turning it back. Stop turning it back. The more you replay the thing is the more it distresses you and put you in a position of anxiety and unforgiveness. Because you're never replaying it to find out what you do wrong, you know. You're replaying it to figure out, you know, oh, the person's so wicked. Oh, they could have taken me for a fool. Look how much time we did this. I remember when we did that. I remember when we did this. You're replaying it to make yourself the victim all over again. It's not kind to your spirit. And you have to find a way to get to the end that you were initially trying to get to. Because remember, you know, it's a destination you have, you know. When you're in a friendship with somebody, the destination for that friendship is that both of you will somehow, you know, grow old together and go rock and swing song when you're 93. But at the root of it, your goal is to have a valuable friend who you can have till the end of your days. Now, maybe you picked the wrong friend to approach the journey with, but stop playing over the things where you did do for that past friend there, and decide what the goal really was. Remember what the goal really was, and not the hurt that was experienced. If the goal is a long-lasting friendship, this person just proved to you that, you know, them can't be in this friendship with you. Remember, your expectations of people don't matter. Pull it back. They are who they are. And try and find or build a brand new friendship with somebody who can get there with you. Another path to your goal. So maybe a lifelong friend not gonna be a friend, it's not gonna be a family member. Maybe a lifelong friend not gonna be one of your picnic them. But you must accept that you don't have one path to achieving a particular goal or outcome. And when one path not work, leave it alone and pursue another option. This can be the case with like your career. Maybe you wanted to get a promotion or secure a particular position in your company. It never happened. You're vexed with the boss because boss give cousin the work and the cousin have as much experience as you, and you got play it over and just eat the cousin, now answer the email from the cousin, now send the report, go give the cousin on time, not gonna meet with the cousin, and just keep playing over in your mind this story of victimization when you can just choose another path. Is there another position in the company that you could aim for? Is there another supervisor that you could work with who might not, be such a, what do you call it? Nepotism won't drive their particular choices about who they're going to promote. What else can you do? Do you need to change companies and work for a different company altogether? Do you have another skill? Maybe you need to go into another field of work. What is it that you're going to do? There are several paths to achieving your goal, and you have to just accept that. You might pick a bad path, life not done, another day will come, there will be more Mondays, more brand new weeks, more financial years, and more job opportunities. What other path can you pursue if this one shows to be a dead end? And then number 8, forgiveness is personal power. A lot of the time we think that by forgiving people, and I saw a quote from T.D. Jakes that if you think if you forgive the person, you let them off the hook. No. What you're doing is letting yourself off the hook, because forgiveness requires you to forever be in a space of anger, of betrayal, of distrust, of anxiety, of disappointment, of depression. And you're the one who suffers. You won't want to start another relationship with anybody else because somebody did hurt you before. You don't want to find a more new friend because one friend did hurt you before. You don't want to invest in this thing again because somebody did do this to the investment. You don't want to apply yourself in your job because the last time you give it your all, they never get the promotion. You lose the ability to be powerful in your life because you're choosing to hold on to the things that went wrong. Opportunities will come and you're not going to take them because you're just not confident enough. People will give you second chances that you just won't take because again you're not confident enough. You don't trust the process and the universe to give you a good opportunity, or maybe you don't even trust yourself to make the best of the opportunity. Probably you think you're going to make the mistake again and your judgment not good and you're not this and you're not that. Whatever the harm done has caused you to think and believe about yourself, it's going to take away some amount of personal power from you. So when you forgive the person, you return personal power to yourself. And then understand that a well-lived life is the best revenge. If you think, say, the revenge where you look is going to come because you're going to marry one hotter girl than the girl will give you bone, right? And so your revenge is going to come. And your body is going to slim down and then you're going to win Miss World. And yeah, a well-lived life is the best revenge. All you have to do is to find a way to be happy after you have been hurt. Find a way to be happy after you have been hurt. It is going to blow the mind of the hurter because them can't understand how you bounce back so fast. Them think them was the world, the moon, sun, star, and nothing else in your life now go right except them. If you're the man a friend, nothing now go on for you, right? You have found a way to be happy after being hurt. There is no better and sweeter revenge than to be happy, because it's going to burn them run a back, right? Because them like see they are distressed. But more importantly, even though they will be upset about it, why it is the best revenge is that it does good for you. Being happy does good for you. Yeah, it's going to sting them run a back and you're going to get a little bit of pleasure out of that, yeah? But more importantly, that deep and profound sense of joy and happiness and peace, nothing can fight that. And nobody can come and take that away because you've returned your personal power. And then number 9 is speak the story from your heroic choice to forgive. And that's the final step in the 9 steps to forgiveness. When you talk about it now, when 5 years pass, 10 years pass, 6 weeks pass, and you tell the story, you tell it from a place of heroism. I'm not the victim of somebody else's actions. I'm not suffering because somebody else failed to do. Right now I'm in a place of wellness and happiness, well-being and joy and peace because I chose to regain my personal power. I'm going to forgive them. So if I come sit in my church tomorrow and them sit down side of me, I don't know. When pastor said look at your neighbor and say God is good, me look at my neighbor and say God is good. Right? I forgive you if you want to have me for your business. If you never expect me to don't have you for your business. But God is good, neighbor. Can I get an amen? Touch your neighbor and say praise the Lord. get to a place where you can speak as a hero about your experience. It's a process. It takes deliberate action. It takes time. It takes effort. But you can do it. You can absolutely do it. There are many people who have done it, and I think the best examples are those who have gone through some serious persecution and judgment as human beings. Like women who live in some countries where it literally is a crime to come out and show your face. It's a crime to show your ankles. It's a crime for one drive. It's a crime for one say, but I disagree. You get beaten for that. You get starved for that. Locked up in a house, put in a dungeon, foot in an ant's nest. And they have found a way to forgive people. Now, I don't know if you have nobody push your foot in an ant's nest, right? But there are some people who live through some wicked circumstances and come out speaking love and are able to forgive. So who are we where, the vex or vex are too smart to chat with? The vex or vex are call the friend that want to pay about the money and avoid we call them, and we just bitter like Cersei. Put all of that into perspective to and recognize that sometimes we are weighing ourselves down with some expectations that don't even make sense. And we're bothered by some failed experiences and relationships where, Lord God, well, life can go on without it. Learn to forgive people. And worse, me I beg you about an old grudge for things where not either here nor there. Like sometimes when I feel like I'm above a vex with people, and it's funny, right? I just do it as a joke. But it helps to give me perspective. I'm gonna tell you no, right? When I feel like I'm gonna vex with somebody, if I'm at home, let me tell you if I'm at home. Maybe somebody sends me a WhatsApp message and it's rude and face them. I feel like I'm going to just tell them something right there in the WhatsApp chat or in an email or wherever them send it, a text message or a phone call or voice message, something. But go towards the light switch, I flick it on, the light come on and I turn it off back. I'm saying, you know what, but now bother myself with you. Because what you think, never lock off my light. What you do, never make JPS cut off my electricity. I turn on the pipe, I still have water, right? So you good. My life is fine. I'm not going to stress myself over you because nothing what you do can cut off my light. Looking at my cupboard, I have a little food in there. So you'll see me like walking around the house, flipping on the light switch, turning on the pipe, opening the cupboard, lock it back, and just go sleep. Right? When I'm driving, I do the opposite thing. So let's say somebody calls me, I'm taking a call on the car phone or whatever, a taxi man bad driving. Whatever it is that's about to get me to lose it. Like Mr. Elliot. I look on the gas needle, right? That cost me the gas a little while? No. The insurance expire? No. Somebody will come take back the car from me? No. Nothing what you do a while ago never cost me this, right? I still have little gas in the vehicle and I can still go where I need to go, right? My car still insured. I can't come uninsure my vehicle. It's registered and police can't come take it off of the road. I don't own a body, nothing. So, you understand? Put my thing into perspective. Put my thing into perspective. What am I going to make it stress me for? Right? Because nothing what you do not going to make my life worse off. The things that are important to me and must allow me in this moment to do what I need to get done. I still have them. I still have the resources. I not go mad. I not go blind. I not go deaf. I not go dumb. My heart not stop. I'm still able to do the thing that I need to do. So I'm not going to make you bother me today. And if I'm at home, after I do that, I go sleep. Now it's a very silly thing, right? But I do it all the time. I really do it all the time. And it works. It makes me laugh. But it really puts things into perspective. Like, why am I going to stress myself? But don't even know if you have food in your cupboard and you are going to stress me, I'm going to eat one banana chips, right? Because now I'm going to stress me out. So it's important that you find a way to tell your story and be sure that you have a strategy to de-stress. Whatever that strategy is, you know yourself, you know your quirks, you know the things that make you happy and make you smile. So you just find a way to utilize those tools. So you can be happy, because at the end of the day, if you're not happy, what's the point? What's the point of life if we're not enjoying it? So I have to find a way to enjoy my life. I got to. There are a lot of bad people in this world. So let's go back over those 9 steps to forgiveness. And as I promised, our podcast goes live at 7 p.m. every Monday. It's Good Gas Mondays with Crystal Tomlinson, but I always share it. I'm say always, like a long time after the podcast. It started last week. But what I do is when it's launched, I put it in my Insta stories. And then you swipe up to get the link. So these 9 steps are going to be in tonight's podcast. So if you missed the first part where I had done the recap, if you missed last week, if there's a friend who don't get to watch these Insta stories, Insta live, what you can do is just send them that podcast link and they'll get to listen it on their own time. So the 9 steps to forgiveness, and remember we defined forgiveness as a preparedness and a willingness to accept the word no without judgment. When the universe tells us this not gonna happen, we say, alright, thank you very much, it not gonna work, I accept this, I'm not gonna vex, so you give me a no, and every time I gonna get no. sometimes. And every time I get yes. Sometimes me tell people no, and I don't want them vex with me. So when we get a no at the workplace, I'm alright. We get a no in my relationship, I'm alright. We get a no in my friendship, I'm alright. We get a no from the police officer and I write me one ticket, I'm alright. Sometimes the world is gonna give me a no. And that's good. I'm not gonna vex, I'm not gonna judge it. Life goes on. So forgiveness is the ability to accept the word no without judgment or without prejudice. So the first step, know exactly how you feel about what happened and why it was not okay. Whatever harm or injustice somebody did to you, know exactly how you feel and why it was not okay for you. 2, commit to doing what you have to do to feel better. 3, change your grievance story. Peace and closure are more important than reconciliation. So don't think that if you and the person not friend again, you never forgive them. No, you don't have to end up a friend. Peace and closure are more important and don't even require that you and the person talk. So sometimes you can forgive somebody and they don't even know, you don't call them and say, I forgive you. But in your spirit, you know that you have released them and you let yourself off that emotional hook and you have peace and you have closure. Because sometimes the smart we need to forgive dead. So not like we can go back, go carry them, go eat 2 fish out of El Shop. So you don't have to come back to the person in order to say that you have forgiven them. 4, get the right perspective on the true source of pain. The thing that the person did is not usually what causes us pain. It's the expectations that we had of them that they should not have done a thing. And they did it. We didn't expect them to do this and we expected more and we expected this and we expected that. And that's why it hurts us so much. Because anything that one person do and we vex about, it's almost a guarantee that somebody else did do it to it before and we never saw vex. So it's not the action. Is the thoughts and the feelings and the expectations that we have piled up on this person or this relationship that makes it hurt so much. Number 5 is make sure you have a stress management technique. Mine's is to go to my bed or to walk around and check my lights and my water. Number 6, give up the expectations and the unenforceable rules about how people are supposed to treat you. You can't force them to treat you how you expect them to treat you. They're going to treat you how they feel like treating you. You just have to make a decision that I can't control people's behavior, but what I can control is how I react to their misbehavior, what I consider to be their misbehavior. Number 7, stop the mental replay and find another path to getting your goal. Rumination about how it hurt and why the person evil and how I was so stupid to put myself in that position doesn't help us to make better decisions going forward. So stop playing over the mistake and ask yourself, what other option can I exercise in order to reach this particular goal? Alright, this path now gonna work. What is my other path that could get me to this goal? Maybe going to take a little longer, but the thing is, thank God I still have options. Number 8, forgiveness is personal power. And remember that you give yourself power. You let yourself off the hook once you've forgiven somebody. And additionally, the best kind of revenge and use of that power is to live life well. Somebody got begs over it. More importantly, they can't take that from you, and it's something that you can genuinely enjoy. And then step number 9 is to speak about your story from your heroic choice to forgive. Not about how evil the person was and how them shouldn't do this and you never expect this from them and them and never again. Speak it as a hero, because it takes a lot of strength to decide to forgive somebody, and the process can be as long as you make it. But if you're able to make it through those 9 steps, you'll come out feeling so much more refreshed, so much more grateful for your life, so much happier, and certainly refueled with your purpose, refueled with your good gas and your good energy to continue to be kind and loving to other people. Not because one person let you down, you're going to become a dragon to all else. So I hope this was helpful for you. That's it for this week's episode of Good Gas Mondays. As I promised, I'm going to post when the episode is live on our podcast platform, which is usually at 7 o'clock on a Monday night. If you missed the first part, if you didn't get to stay for the whole thing, if you came into this one late, if you want to share it with anybody, I'm going to be putting that up on my Insta story so you can click it and listen at your own pleasure. So thank you everybody for listening. Of course, it's a blessing every morning to be able to share this with you. I always scroll through to see if there are any questions. Tichelle, God sent me. Yes, and I hope you're able to use those things step by step and just get there. It's a journey, you know. Oh, thank you, Andre. Bless you, bless you, bless you. Hi, Alicia. Alamode collect J-A. Did I get that right? Yes, it's always positivity. All right, give thanks, Andrea, and I hope you have a very blessed and purpose-filled Monday. You are welcome, Chinese Jamaican beauty. All right, I'm just making sure I didn't miss any questions. All right, guys, thank you again for being so interactive. My love, you know. Is your podcast on the Anchor platform? Yes, it is. It's actually done on Anchor. You're welcome, Naomi. All right. So, for those of you who have registered for our 2018 YOD challenge, the first challenge, it's our goal getter challenge for the month of July, July 1 to 31. We are selecting 3 big goals. Everybody will join the challenge of have 3 big goals, and over 30 days we're going to hit at those goals in a community. I'm going to assign you a goal mate. You know, people have soulmates. I'm going to give you a goal mate. Anybody else who's in the challenge who has the same goal that you have, I'm going to pair you with them. I'm going to power through with each other through to the end of the 30-day challenge. Registration closes this Thursday, so if you haven't registered as yet, send me an email. Literally, when you log off of the web of the Insta story, when you go on my profile, you'll see email, and you just click email and it will populate my email address for you on my homepage on Instagram. For those of you who have my email already, you would know it's hello@crystaltomlinson.com. But if you don't have it, can I write it down right now? As soon as you exit the live, go on my homepage and click email, and just let me know that you want to join the challenge. I'll let you know how to register. But we have to have you registered by Thursday, so I can go through all your requests and make sure that I pair you with the right partner to get your goals shelled for July. 3 big goals, whatever the 3 goals are. But remember, we now work Obia, right? So nobody tell me say you want to lose 100 pounds in 3 months. I don't know how to do that, right? But make sure there's something that we can help you to achieve across those 4 weeks, across the 30 days. 3 goals that you know have been staring at you from January, and I ask you where you're depend. You're not come angle this. We're going to help you through our community and our consistent feedback. We have webinars. Of course, having that goal mate with you gives you added accountability. And of course, we're checking in with you every week to make sure that things are going how they should be going. So let's see how many people move from idea to action, and not just action like doing the thing one time, but disciplined action over a period of time to make sure that those goals get shelled. It's a smash fest. I'm calling it my smash fest, right? Our goal getter challenge is on. So send me an email, hello@crystaltomlinson.com, and we'll see what goes on for that challenge. And we have a few more coming. Our gratitude challenge, we're going to have a forgiveness challenge, all of those things going into the end of 2018 to make sure that you have a very rounded wellness experience, because it's not just getting the job and making the money and paying down the debt. There's some emotional needs that we have that we really have to pay attention to. So I'm designing challenges as the year goes on to help you gather your thoughts, gather your emotions, and move with momentum towards that well-lived life. Thank you, everybody. Have a good day. Have a great week. And check me back at around 7 o'clock for the link to our podcast once it's launched. Love and blessings to you. And thanks for joining me for another Good Gas Mondays. Give thanks.